my name is Matt Brown. This is John Lambert. We're going to talk about sports because we can and we're bored. There's not a lot of great topics this week in sports. We're still in the big lull of things between now and the tournament. I mean, the biggest story that was on SportsCenter this morning was the Heat Harlem Shake. I mean, honestly, I like the Harlem Shake videos, but
it's on a sports story.
Is that what we've come to, America?
Let's debate LeBron's pregame dunks. No, why?
He should be in the dunk contest.
Well, everyone agrees with that, but
okay.
No, that's not a discussion.
So what we're going to talk about now is the stupidity of confusion, which is college basketball this season. We've got 10 minutes on the clock. John, your thoughts?
Well, that's a big question, just my thoughts on college basketball. I mean, everyone wants to argue that students leaving after their freshman year is affecting this, and the NBA is taking all the players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it that way. Because go back a decade when high schoolers were able just to jump from high school into the NBA and just skip college, and you had, what, a good dozen players a year in the first and second round draft doing that in like the 2003-2004 season.
How many of them are currently in the NBA now?
That doesn't matter. What my point is that there were still dominant teams a decade ago.
Yeah.
We're getting these players for 1 year now, and then they're being taken away the NBA. It's more than it was. I think what the thing in college basketball right now is I think that just the little guys have caught up to the big guys, and it's anyone can win the national championship. You win your conference tournament, you have a legitimate shot to run the table. Not maybe as a 16 seed or anything crazy like that, but we saw VCU make the crazy runs, the last team in the tournament all the way to the Final Four, and they even won an extra game to get there.
Yeah, they had to win the right to play.
The play-in game.
Yeah, it's not
the opening round. It's not the first round. Call it what it is. It's a play-in game.
It's a play-in game. I think for me, I feel that you're right. You are right in the sense that kids are getting faster, bigger, stronger in high school, and have the ability to play college. Have the ability to go straight to the NBA. I just feel that you go to college and you're supposedly committing yourself for quote-unquote 4 years. I'm saying quote-unquote.
But these kids aren't going to college for the academics.
That's my thing. If you choose to go to a college, and you're playing for that team, or you play for a college team, you choose to go to a college. That's why that you are now known as a student athlete.
No, they're an athlete student. If they're taking the
I understand that they go to school to just to play.
On the job training is what it is.
Sure, you could call it whatever you want, but you have to. But I feel that you have an obligation to the team, to the school that you're going to, the school that you're attending to, and that you should find a way, or you not find a way, but you should attend to the school's rules and attend to the school's asking things for you.
Are you saying they should stay for 4 years, or are you saying they should focus on their academics?
I'm saying that they should focus. I have a bits and pieces of everything. This is what I believe. I believe that students, once you enter college, that you should focus on your academics. Your academics, and I say this to the teens that I work with on Sundays, because I don't know if you've noticed what our actual jobs are. I'm a youth pastor, and he's a photographer. So
I don't think we've ever said
I don't think we've actually said what our occupations are. And this is the 8th or 9th show. I think 9th.
8th?
Oh, because it's March 1st. So it's our 9th show.
8th or 9th. Yeah, just go on. No one's watching this.
Yeah. It's our 9th show, and we don't think that we've actually said what we actually do for a living. I'm a youth pastor, and John is
sports
photographer. And I went to school. I mean, I obviously went to the school I went to for the great things that I learned there. And I was an elementary education major then, and I went to school for that purpose. All of the other stuff was an enhancement to my
first.
School came first for me.
These people, they're getting recruited not to build up let's use John Calipari in Kentucky as an example, because they're the king of freshmen and then leaving.
Right.
He's not recruiting these guys to build up Kentucky's academic success. He's recruiting them to win a national championship.
So why can't you recruit people for the academic success and the success of the basketball team?
Because not every school is BYU.
I mean, I'm not saying that every school should be BYU, but I'm just saying that you go to school for the academic things. Because suppose you make that jump from high school to the NBA, and you get injured your first season.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you make that jump.
That's the risk in the decision.
It's a risk. And what's your life going to be there? You got this big old contract worth millions of dollars. Let's say Joe Schmo gets a contract for $15 million into the NBA, and he gets hurt. He's supposed to be paid $5 million for 3 years.
That's the risk of.
You lose out. The risk, and I don't think the end justifies the means.
Your morals are right. You're just the foundation of your morals, but that's not what's going on.
Why can't it be what's going on?
Because it's just not. It's all about the money and getting to the NBA and being successful and trying to. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
I understand. I understand what you're trying to say.
I can't make a sentence right now.
But here's my thing. It's like a lot of friends that I had in college or in high school and even in junior high. You're like, man, forget the school thing. When I get older, I'm gonna be a rapper.
And like probably 0.0001 of them end up being a rapper that's successful.
I think one of them is now like working as they're working in the job force doing something important. And I think some of them are just like working at a Denny's. Not that anything's wrong at Denny's. I totally did not think
there was a lot wrong with that.
There was a lot. I did not mean it that way. It just kind of rolled. I'm an idiot. Because your other job is you work at a Denny's.
Yes.
I'm
not my primary job.
Keep talking.
Back to your main point.
Insert footnote.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that at all. I think they're working at like a McDonald's flipping burgers after like talking about, oh, I'm going to be a rapper, and they put nothing within the school.
Well, that's because people have blinders in what they. People can think that they can aspire to be professional athletes and be rappers, and they think it's easy.
I'm so sorry, I accidentally offended you.
You didn't offend me at all.
Okay, good.
No.
And I'm not saying okay. Let me make myself feel better. Anyway.
Okay, go on.
Not saying that there's anything wrong with flipping burgers or working at a Denny's, but if you had the opportunity to to try to become something, like you have the opportunity going to school and you squander that opportunity. That's what I think that college sports is. You have the opportunity to, yes, pursue your dreams in becoming a basketball star, but you also have that opportunity to enhance your mind, because there's a lot of sports figures, and like we watched that 30 for 30 on being broke. A lot of those sports figures like throw out their money throughout a lot of things in a lot of different ways, and where they ended up now, broke as can be, not having that backup plan. Not saying that academics is a backup plan, but not having that safety. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm saying it's a backup plan. Not having that safety net, which is your trade.
They thought their trade was athletics.
I don't think that. For me, the risk isn't worth taking. That's just me. I don't think the risk is worth taking.
No, it's not. But you have people like John Calipari, and you have coaches like that, where that's all they try to do is get you to play that minimum 1 year, and then you're on to the NBA. I mean, he's had what, like 5 first-round picks in 1 year or something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. That's just the trend now. That's the way it's going. So let me ask you this: is it better? Do you want it the way it is now? Do you want to go back to high school to the NBA option, or do you want to make it a minimum 2, 3, or 4 years?
I think the minimum should be 2. Get your associate's degree in something, which is a minimum. I think, and depending on how what your field is, get your associate's degree, which is 2 years. Get something that says that you have a degree from a affiliated school, and then go to college, and then go to the higher level. I think that there's no excuse for you going to school just to come out again, and then when you retire, then what? You're going to sit on your cash for a bajillion years? Because you know that doesn't happen to everybody.
What you're saying is right, but it's not going to happen. It's like trying to have world peace tomorrow.
Yeah, you can't have world peace.
It's too big of an issue just for it to go away.
I mean, why can't we have this thing?
Because you can't tell people what to do.
You can't, but you can.
You can't tell them.
That's true, and that's why
The elephant in the room that nobody wants to say that everyone knows is true is that college athletics in football and basketball is the minor leagues.
To
the
NFL and
the NBA. It's the minor leagues. It's the training ground. That's what it is. Now, for smaller schools, it's not. For smaller schools, basketball is the secondary thing to education. That's why you see the mid-majors rising up, because they have guys that stay 4 years and they build team chemistry. That's why Miami is doing so well this year, because they have a lot of seniors.
Florida,
yes,
not Ohio.
Well, no one knows what Miami, Ohio is doing. They're probably like,
where is Miami in
Ohio?
Ohio? Where is that?
Somewhere in Ohio.
Somewhere. Right, continue.
But you see these mid-majors closing the gap because they have the student athletes that are staying 4 years, building team chemistry. And then you have the big programs that have the athletes that are leaving early for the NBA glory. And there's more...
Is that the first time the clock's ever run out on you?
I didn't... Probably.
Awesome. But to finish your thought.
There's a lot more thought to be said, but...
Clock ran out on us.
There's no
right answer to...
No, there are right and wrong answers to this. But the thing is, you can't tell an 18-year-old that an education is more important than getting the NBA, because they're not going to listen. When they have a coach in their living room telling them that they're the best high school basketball player in the nation.
Ah, that's a good point. That's a good point to end on, actually, because what do you guys think out there, America? Who's right here? Should the rules be changed? Should it be a minimum of 1 year as it is now, or should it be 3 years, how Dick Vitale suggested?
I think it should go back to high school to the NBA.
Or should it go back to high school to the NBA? What do you think?
If you're bold enough to make that decision, then you have the right to do it.
Yeah, but never mind. Tell us what you think. Leave a comment below. Like, favorite us. Subscribe, do the thing you people do out there in YouTube land, and
if you're watching
us, I think we're going to go to leftovers right this, because we really do not have any other topics but
this. Keep going on college basketball.
I mean, the next video could be about college basketball.
We don't know where we're going to go.
So, the next video in this playlist is going to be something different. We'll see you in the next video, America.